Okay guys, I hope you can hear this. We're down on Mapleton, which is zone C in the Flatty Bash, and it's blowing a fairly hard gale southerly. You can see the sea state is well up. The breakwaters are really getting hammered. I'll try to turn you around there now. So as you can see, it's a long way down there. Those guys are. Big sea on. Everyone's got the clip downs on, so everyone's got the same idea. Just gonna try to get it out there, hope to get a fish on. But 5 minutes to go. Blacks and mackerel are the main baits we're going to be using. Just really hope that it works. A lot of guys are maddies, they seem very confident. I think they've been practicing too, so maybe should have brought some maddies. But look, we live and we learn. So I had to mute this part for a bit of bad language coming up when the boys were throwing stones at me. It's not a flounder, not a dab either. Back you go. Just I really wish there was more to report. Sea is slightly calming down, so maybe the last 45 minutes we might have a chance, but as it stands, like, there's that big wave outside. The dabs just are not feeding, neither are the flounders. They must be gone well offshore. I think there's only been like maybe ones and twos all over the zone, and there's not a whole pile of those either, so one cast still potentially could win it. Hopefully it's my cast. Doesn't look too bad there. Unfortunately, with seas this big, everyone's been forced into using real big grippers. So we're all on 6 and 7 ounces, but you can see they're way down the distance there. Now the reason I recorded this was he got a dab out of it, and it was 21 centimetres and there was nothing in the zone, so one more fish really could have done something. So that was it for us with the Flatty Bash. Try ended up the only dab by us. I think it was one with a 28 centimetre, and the second was 28 centimetre, and third was a 27. So one cast really could have won it on zone C. Dire altogether, really. Now the Flatty Bash was won overall by Dave Shorthouse, who I actually teamed up with on the 2-man team for the first day. But I think we used up all our luck because we did no damage on the first day of the match. But I flick on to what I did get. Well, it's the usual story at the European Open, the Eobc. It's just getting dawn. It's freezing cold again, but it's much warmer than last time because I've worn, as you can see, most of the clothes that I own, so I'm not as cold as I was the last time for sure. So you learn. So all I need now is a few fish. We've come down, tide's low, it's real early, it's another 3 or 4 hours easily to go, but hopes are high. We've seen a few locals in the same spot, and I think there could be 2 or 3 of previous winners in the same stretch, so that's got to be positive, and hoping there's a few fish. So I said fancy intro coming, and some fish in hopefully. So we're back again. The Euros 2022, missed it last year. You've got to love the sight of the sun coming up through the gas fields and the wind turbines. It really means that it's nearly time for a bit of fishing. 6:20 in the morning. Been waiting for this for a little bit. I hope the wind isn't too bad in the shot now. I tried to get my sock on it, but it didn't really do anything for it. But it looks nice. Nice little gully in front of us here now, low water. We have a few lads up the beach. Troy's customary wandering around the beach in the middle of the night. So I'm really looking forward to this now. When that sun comes up, it really starts to get go time. Lovely and mild here, only about -5, but really looking forward to it. So guys, just I was telling you about the cliffs. This big massive lump of clay has just come down. See that fella up there? That doesn't have too much long left in it. But you can see, so you just got to be so careful where you put your buddy. But we've said it to that guy and he's like, oh yeah, that's not the first one that's come down. So there's obviously a lot more coming, but it's something you got to really watch out for. Just to give you an idea of the size of it. A piece that size does a lot of damage, like. Just got to really careful where you pick your spot. Got to watch out behind you. Does like come on. See, do you know where we went wrong here now? Nick Francis made us up a few rigs and Troy left him behind. We brought
He thinks there's a bit of fish here.
Guaranteed a few fish. Guaranteed.
He's definitely looking at it. Hold on to your hats. I just hope he doesn't have me. Come on.
We've finally seen a fish. So cast after cast, time after time, we just tried so hard and we just could not get fish. We were like, it was demoralising. Then we saw a cod coming up from us and then another cod within about 3 or 4 minutes.
So after
only.
yesterday's disappointment, the second cast,
all we got was
I'm not too sure. Gotta measure him. I'm hoping he's in.
Rockling.
Gotta be 35. I am absolutely thrilled, even just to see the fish.
With a bit of commentary. It was just so really frustrating day one. But like, there was nothing we could do about it. There's only a few fish came out in our area.
Happy that he's got away
200 metres away from where the fish really
you
came
could see
out,
that smile back out past those windmills behind
so frustrating.
him. About 12 hours of fishing for nothing. All of a sudden, he's smiling.
1 second, we'll have one quick look. Look at that. Cracker of a whiting, 38 centimetres. Around a pound, I'd say. Seas stay calm, but it is blowing a bit of a gale. So that's me with a weigher. Mine's only 35 and a half, just under 36. And Troy's at it. Mike's at a couple of whiting. There's a big bass up here, and a couple of small ones just below. So we're really hopeful. It certainly beats yesterday. I can tell you what, the mood in the camp is much higher.
Compared to yesterday, it's like the fishiest day ever. It's a white there for Garrett. The lads up at tide. It's undersized, unfortunately. Real wind blowing, so I hope you can hear these things. So you see the guy reeling here. He's gone sprinting down to his rod. Real quick. Held it for a few seconds and then gave an almighty strike. Ran back 5 or 6 steps even after he struck. So he must have seen something. Sorry, I might have drifted off there. But he must have seen something. I'll try zoom another bit. He's about 200 meters away, 150, 200 meters away. But his mate's walking down with him, so that's gotta be positive. There's been a few whiting out. I got one in, Troy's got one in. So we're absolutely thrilled. Sorry, I keep start concentrating, stop telling you about my small fish. He must have been out a long way. He is really looking after that. And there's a lot of weed in the water as well, so he's taking a big chance. It's definitely a fish. 2 of them looking out after it. Oh, it's a good fish. Looks very silvery though. Bass have to be 45 to count. So if that's a bass, he's in trouble. But other than that, he's got a fish on the board. So fish coming out, considering yesterday was an awful sad place to be fishing. It's great to see. Absolutely sickened. 34 centimeters. He needs to be 35. What a killer.
That's never a lamp.
Does look like a fish there, doesn't it? He's not winding that carefully for nothing. That walk towards the water is a real giveaway. Easy know the lads are on the team together. He's definitely got a fish anyway. Looks like a whiting, so hopefully it's in size for him. Now you might be able to see here, there is thousands of these little shrimp. Thousands of them washed up. And I mean thousands of them. I'm gonna get some on the hook. Must be a good fish here with these 2 boys in the water. Oh, it's a valuable one. It's a valuable one. Oh, you cracker. I'm gonna get up and get a better look at that one. What an absolute cracker.
Yeah, it tells them it's gas.
That's what we came here for.
We're going to go for 60.
Whoa. I'm gonna go with 65. Now it actually came in at 57 centimetres, so I was way out, but I was really excited because this meant that there was a few fish starting to show up around the place. So like, you've no idea the lift in the camps. Like once you see a few fish coming, then you know it could
It's
be
really
one
nice
next,
and gingerly.
And one fish could potentially win you a few €1,000, you know, a few £1,000 even. But that was Brett there on the four-man team with Carl, Mark, and Troy. So adding the whiting that counted previously plus Troy.
Certainly looks like a fish to me.
The room was shout.
This guy's been bombing them out all day. Tell you what though, it hasn't taken him this long to get any cast in so far. Oh, it's a good fish. Oh. It's a fucking doggy. A dog. What a sickener. A tail cooked dog. And they don't count.
So guys, that was it for the Eobc 2022. It wasn't for the lack of trying. I can absolutely assure you on that. We were up at 4:15 every morning on the beach well before dawn. You can see the mud cliffs behind people there. Like that's what you're climbing down to get to these spots. The best of baits, the best of rigs. We just didn't get ourselves in front of a few fish, which was really frustrating considering like we weren't the whole pile, maybe a few 100 meters only off of where the fish came out, as low as 50 meters off on the second day. It's the baby again. But we got a few fish. We tried our hardest. I think